Bring pressure here. You can't sit back in zone, because last time they did that, he ran the football for a 10-yard gain. You got to bring pressure, and what that does is get the ball out of his hands quickly. Then you can make the tackle before the sticks.
Tony Ento is in there now in the backfield. It's McPherson that gets the ball. Can he cut up inside? He does. Penalty flag, however. This one's coming back, and this would be a big penalty because it's probably going to be a 10-yard penalty. There it is, holding.
And do you accept it and bring up a third down again, or do you decline it and bring up fourth down? There's the question mark for Freedom.
I think you take it. It's 10 yards, and it was a penalty thrown in the backfield.
I don't know if I give them another play, because it ends up being a long field goal or
during
a punt.
the run, holding, offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, third down.
Wow, you got fourth down and 3, or you got third down and long.
Well, the ball's back at the 49, so it ends up being a 14-yard penalty. That's why I think you have to take it. Tony?
Yeah, I was going to say you have to take the penalty, because you want to, if something doesn't, they punt, you're making it a shorter field for you to work, because he has to punt the ball. This, I think, no-brainer here, Mike.
But I think you got to throw the football here.
No question.
But the guy I look at right now is down at the bottom of the field here, Sanders. He's a guy that made a big play before. He only has one, two catches in the game, but I think you got to look for him to get vertical.
How about a screen to Kamiri? No. They're going to downfield. It's open. Oh, what a catch, and hanging on to it after a stick on Castro. The stick came from Caton, and Castro hung on. Play of the game.
Now you go back to wondering if you should have kept the fourth down or the third down. And again, zone coverage allows receivers to run free, and you don't get pressure on the quarterback. If you pressure right there, you have the ball come out a little bit quicker, maybe get a sack, a tip ball, or just a completion and then a fourth down. But here you end up giving up the first down playing zone coverage, so a little soft coverage by Freedom might cost him the football game.
Give credit, though, for that throw. That was perfect. And boy, Castro never took his eyes off the prize, and that was the football. Kamiri is the ball carrier. This time he does not get much. In fact, he won't get any. No gain on the play. Emmaus now with 262 yards on the ground, 248 yards in the air. Pretty good balance.
Can you say balance?
Yeah.
Really nice. And now for Freedom, you got to look at using your timeouts. You know, second down and 10 here. You don't want to use one here, but you got 3 left. So you could save one for your offense, but if you stop them short here, brings up third down and anything, you got to call timeout.
Freedom ended Emmaus' season last year in the first round of districts, firing it. Oh, another good catch. Boy, the wide receivers have done the job too tonight, as that's Deontay Castro again, tackled by Fletcher. And that gain is down to the 7 or 8 yard, up at the 4 yard line, a gain of 15.
Boy, Castro get his body in there and really make a beautiful play. Got inside of Fletcher, bodied him up, made a big play.
Mike, they're outstanding at positioning themselves in front of the defender. They've done it all night.
And they catch footballs too with their hands.
And off, and that's a touchdown. Up the middle, Lubens Myers with what should be the concluding touchdown for this ball game. Myers with his second touchdown, his 10th of the year.
And no question here. Really nice looking drive. You go back to that third down and long. You take the penalty instead of keeping fourth down on the field. You make Coach Fairclough make a fourth down decision. I know it's fourth down and 3 or 4, but you don't want to give teams that can throw the football like that and guys like Parvell and Castro an extra opportunity to make a play, and they made 3 of them down the stretch.
They got exactly the drive they wanted, as the extra point is up and good to make it 24-9. Mike, they go 71 yards. They do it in 8 plays. They take 4 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, mark of an undefeated team right there. You got to have a touchdown. You got to possess the clock. And what a great drive. 8 catches, 139 yards for Castro, 1 touchdown, Parvell. They go on to win the football game. There's your 2 MVPs. They have been fantastic. Like you said, guy, great balance. You can run the ball with a 3-headed monster, and Kamara, and Soniento, and Lubitz Myers, and then you have the ability outside. And that offensive line been terrific tonight.
Everybody else in the South has 2 losses. As you get a look at the Lubitz Myers evening, 18 carries, 144 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. Lubitz Myers, 5'11", 175-pound senior. He and Soniento have been a 1-2 punch for the last couple of years. Now Freedom has to find a way to score quickly and get the ball again. Well, nice hole opened up that time as Russin, the ball carrier, I believe. It was Jameel Sanders with the tackle at the 31-yard line. So, for Emmaus, Becca next week, and then Parkland. We'll have the Emmaus Parkland game for you in 2 weeks.
And Becca probably the best game we had when we saw them play Parkland, where they were down 16-7 at half and came back to win that ball game 21-16. So they are very talented.
The 31, you can watch Beckett tonight as soon as this ball game comes to a close. That's Russin carrying the ball. The tackle is made by number 59, Levin Sarver. Gain of 2. Back to throw. Jenkins has his man. That'll be a first down. Tackle is made by Timmy Higgins. Dunbar made the catch up to the 43, and that's a gain of 10.
You see Emmaus just backing off a little bit. You give them anything they want underneath. You just don't want anybody behind you, and there he is.
Deep downfield, and it's going to be a terrific defensive play. As step for step was Isaiah McPherson with 17, Gabriel Caton. And Caton turned into a defender.
Yeah, Caton had a step or 2 on the defender, but watch him go. Oh, just turns his head at the right second. McPherson, so often you hear me talk about guys not getting their eyes back to the football, but give McPherson a lot of credit. He got his head back at the right time, and it hit him right in the hand. He had, if he looked to the other side, he had Dunbar one-on-one, and he was about 4 steps behind Sanders.
2nd and 10, 43-yard line. Back to throw, lots of time. Finding his man, it is Dunbar, and he takes a lick. Coming up to hit him was Soniento. I'm not sure where Sony's going to play at Harvard, in the backfield or in the secondary.
Well, he's going to have fresh legs because obviously he hasn't run the football a lot this year, being injured early, and Lubitz Myers being back there with Kamara.
Gain of 8. Back to throw. And the ball is caught. There's a crowd, but the ball was grabbed by Joe Stefanik. Tackle made by Nick Roselli at the 38-yard line, a gain of 11.
2:23 left here. Remember, the clock does stop on every first down.
From the 38, firing, and that's a little short. So that will be an incomplete pass. The good news, it stops the clock. That was intended for Caton.
Pass is incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
The way districts are set up, there's always a possibility of these two teams meeting again. Coming into the night, they were 1-2 in 6A. Then it was Stroudsburg, Parkland, Easton, Northampton, Nazareth, and Pocono Mountain West as the top 8 teams. 2nd and 10. Hand off, bit of a draw, and Russin doesn't get much as he gets met at the line of scrimmage by number 59, Levin Sarver. Gain of 2.
Jacob Weeder got away with a little bit of a late hit that time on Jenkins in the backfield after he had handed it off.
We're inside of 2 minutes.
Got to get in the end zone now.
Ronte Dunbar with a catch. Dunbar down to the 25, where he'll be gang tackled. Gain of 11. Sanders is there, and Roselli is there.
Got to try to get in the end zone here with at least a minute, minute and a half, a minute and 10 left so you can kick an onside kick.
Up to 25. Back to throw. No good coverage
Throw it
downfield. Used a lot of time, and it's going to be slapped away. Good job by Jameel Sanders. You know, the secondary coming in tonight was something that Harrell was worried about. They played a great game.
Yeah, they really did. They've done a really nice job. Both secondaries kind of tightened up here in the second half. You know, we talked about Carvel throwing for over 200 yards in that first half, but a lot of that was in the first quarter. The second quarter, they kind of tightened up, but like you said, Sanders done a good job. McPherson's done a nice job back there. Soniento's back there as well. Rosselli. Got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone. You can't throw the ball short and let that clock run.
Still have 2 timeouts left, 2nd and 10. Back, firing. And that one's in the ground, not caught. And let me correct myself, Freedom still has 3 timeouts left.
Yep.
Pass was intended for Caton.
That's why it's so important. You got to try to find a way. Whenever you score and you're down 2 scores, you want to try to get the ball in the end zone with something more than 55 seconds. Because you've got to get the ball back. You've got to take some time to work the ball down the field. Definitely going to see an onside kick if they can do that.
Boy, Jenkins came into the game as he's back to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. He came into the game needing 1 touchdown pass, and he had 3 last week, 35 in his career. That would have set a new Freedom record, career record for touchdown passes. Who would have thought that he might not get it here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Thought at least he'd be able to get in the end zone once or twice tonight, but you go back to the comment before about a good secondary for Emmaus. This has been a relentless defense tonight. A penalty flag on the field here. I think this is going to be against Emmaus again. 15 penalties tonight.
That'll be 17.
17? I missed 2.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness against the defense.
Yeah,
That penalty's half the distance to the goal. It results in a 1st and 10.
I've got him for 137 yards in penalties. 137.
usually 137 costs you a touchdown at least. 10 points. That's 10 points. But Freedom hasn't been able to cash in. There he is.
There it is. There's the record. The career record for Jared Jenkins, his 36th touchdown pass in his career. He's only a junior. The ball was caught by Gabriel Caton with 1:11 on the board, and Freedom down by 9.
What did I say? About 110. You have to have that left on the board. Still a lot of time right here for Freedom, and Emmaus certainly took some time off the clock defensively there, but a good job by Freedom here. Got to have this extra point. Must.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's 24-16 with 1:11 to go. As we'll take another look at the touchdown, the record-setting touchdown.
Yeah, good protection up front, allows him to step up, and then Caton just with a nice slant there inside the zone coverage. Boom, really beautifully done. Practice that, and you practice that. You know, these teams don't think they don't know how to run 2-minute drills. They all work that usually at the end of practice, at the end on a Thursday or a Friday. They come in, they say, okay, we got 1 timeout, we got no timeouts, we got 3 timeouts and 1:11 on the clock. They first now have to get the football back with an onside kick.
And that's the hardest part, the onside kick. You know,
Yeah.
I know you work at it. People out watching on TV, they probably think, oh, you just kick the ball and it's a free-for-all. But there is a set play. You got a gunner that's going for the ball, and everybody else, you're going to block somebody. They're going to knock the 10-on-10 and get them off the ball so we can recover that.
Yeah, not everybody goes for the ball. Great point, Tony. There's guys that are gunners, there's the guys that are blockers. So each guy has a blocker. You see Emmaus crowding that 10-yard mark. You could always go back to the backside. It's 4-on-3 on the backside.
Here we go. It's got to go 10 yards. It does, and that should sew this up for Emmaus as Jameel Sanders went up, got it on 1 hop. That last drive, 69 yards, 11 plays, took 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Jenkins' 19th touchdown pass of this season. Caton's 7th touchdown catch.
And Freedom still has 3 timeouts, so you just can't take the knee here either.
No, you don't. Hands, that's the hands team. Nice job by Sanders there. Not a bad kick by Nick Stannard. that end-over-end roller, but nobody really was assigned to take Sanders out or block him. He had a free lane just to catch it and get on the ground. Nice job by him. That's your hands team. On a wide receivers, running backs, tight ends.
From midfield. This wants to take 71 seconds off the clock. Lubens Myers. His job, just hang on to the football. Gain of a yard.
Well, you should see Freedom
Timeout.
get the football
Freedom.
back.
First charge timeout of the
Run
half.
another play here. You know, a first down obviously sews the game up, but if you can keep him from getting a first down here, maybe get the ball back with 20, 25 seconds left on the clock.
Let's speculate here, special teams coach. Okay, let's say they go. Let's say they go in a fourth down. They're going to punt.
Yeah.
I'm not even putting a guy back to return the punt.
No.
I'm going to put 11 people up. We're going for the block.
Oh, you're talking about Freedom. Yeah, so Freedom, you don't want a returner back there.
Right. That's just me. I just
Yeah.
put 11 up. Go for the. It's going to be a do or die because they're going to get the ball probably with less than.
I think you got to give
less than 50
Jenkins
seconds.
a chance to have his hands on the football, and he will. The question is how much time. But I like your idea there, Tony. Go after it, right? I mean, they've had a little bit of
put
trouble.
11, just go block it, and if you run them over, that's.
Why aren't there linebackers up close to the line of scrimmage? They
have
all
to-
got to get up.
You have to stop him first. 2nd and 9.
Get up close to the line of scrimmage.
There goes Parvell. Cuts up inside. Good gain. There's a flag on the play. Hold everything. Flag's on the far side.
Question here is, do you take 3rd down and 4, or do you give them an extra down? The clock is your biggest enemy here, not the down and distance. He's asking.
Because of the gain on the play, they almost have to take this penalty. Let's see what.
Last time they took the penalty too, and
yeah,
it cost them. They're going to take it.
Illegal shift. Offense. 2 men moving without resetting. 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
Show me the last team
Freedom
that had 18.
has elected to take the option of starting the clock on the snap.
Tell me the last team that had 18 penalties and won a game.
Like,
and 2 turnovers. 2 turnovers, 18 penalties, and you're winning the game by 8 points.
you're the analyst. You tell me.
I couldn't. I'm not asking you.
142 yards in penalties.
My goodness.
142. Well, you talk about what could be an Achilles heel.
Gives a team that's going to be hopefully 8-0 for them.
Parvell
Something to work on.
keeps. And he won't get much. Now they'll stop the clock and use their timeout. 52 seconds on the clock. Tackle made by
Timeout.
Caden Moore.
Freedom. 2nd charge timeout of the half.
Gain of 3 on that carry. So Freedom has 1 more timeout left. So at least should work out for them to get a ball back, but
Yeah.
maybe with 40 seconds on the clock.
Been a good ball game, though. Really, really nicely coached ball game. Obviously, the penalty's not what you want. The turnovers, you go back to that turnover by Jalen Stewart there. When the ball gets popped out, Timmy Higgins, and jumped on by Butts. That's the big play right now in the second half. Freedom had no turnovers in the first half. They had 1 turnover where they had a chance to go down and tie the ball game or take the lead.
Will be playing at the Beckman School District Stadium.
Tony will be talking to the winning coach, and then we'll get out of here rather quickly. We do have our post-game wrap-up. We've got our player of the game, or play of the game. And then we've got another football game for you. All right. Freedom needs a stop. Emmaus needs 11 yards. They're going to throw it back. And that one's in the dirt. Incomplete pass will stop the clock, which will allow Freedom to hang on to a timeout.
Yeah, I'm not real. Well, that's why I don't coach anymore. So, not going to speculate, but 4th down, you got to punt the football here. They're lining up with their offense.
Yeah, even if you don't get the yardage, you're using a timeout, which now there's 2 on the board instead of 1.
Yeah. Why are they lining
just one,
up?
Tone.
Why are they
Just one.
lining up offensively here on 4th down and 11? Yeah, he's going to probably pooch kick this. Oh, they're trying to maybe draw him. Okay, now he's going to drop back. Both quarterbacks are the punters. Oh my goodness.
And
Oh my,
Parnell
oh
will
ball!
Fumble, they'll pick it. Oh, he didn't pick it up. Oh my, if the ball is picked up, that would have been a touchdown for Daryl Shands.
My
Daryl
goodness.
Shands could not pick the ball up, but hold everything. 37 seconds and a timeout. Unbelievable turn of events. The ball at the 16-yard line.
Oh my, now remember, Freedom needs to not only score but have a 2-point conversion. That ball goes sailing 6 feet over the top, and if Shantz can pick this up right there, oh, just scoop and score. You know, don't blame Shantz. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. Scoop and score. They still get the football because it was 4th down.
From the 17, Jenkins back, firing, incomplete pass. Intended for Dunbar, coverage by McPherson. Jenkins 16 for 28 for 158 yards and a touchdown.
I actually like that play. Even though it was incomplete, it sets up the slant sluggo play. Remember the slant and go last week that we saw? That play can set up another play. Keep your eyes on Caton. He's a guy that can get loose.
And Mike, you can't run any of these plays if Emmaus touchdown, oh my!
Touchdown.
If Emmaus doesn't throw that pass, you can't throw, yeah.
And they got a little cute on 4th down trying to draw him off sides. So now you got a 24 to 23, not 23, 22. It's 24-22.
I would call timeout just to make sure I have this play correct.
Yeah, I think absolutely. Great point there, Tony. I think Freedom needs to take a timeout. Okay, they have 2 in their pocket. One more, excuse me. They don't need to waste it. They don't need to get the wrong formation. You got to go for 2. They've elected to put the ball on the left hash. So, Tony, that tells me that you're going to roll Jenkins out to the right.
Right. Oh, you got it.
There you go, buddy. There's
All
your
right,
trick
here we go
formation.
to tie this ball game with 27 seconds on the clock.
There's the timeout.
Now the timeout called by Freedom. How important was it for Freedom to still have that timeout left?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was absolutely huge. That timeout was just huge. 24-22. What are you
Timeout.
running here, Tone? What are you running?
Freedom, 3rd and final timeout.
Take another look right now. You get the seam route down the middle of the field. Good protection again. And this, remember, we've seen him overthrow a few balls, but that is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful throw and catch.
No.
For Rep, that is his 6th touchdown catch.
Timeout was called.
Unbelievable ending here.
Yeah, what are you doing, Tone? What are you running here? Sprint out?
Me personally, what I used to have what I call the 395 boot, and I'm
Okay.
going to bring him out to the right. I'm going to roll it. I'm going to bring my backside guard to give him protection, and I'm going to give him options.
Don't do too much, though, right,
No,
Tony?
it's
Make it simple.
Yep, it's going to be 3 layers right here.
I like Y high drag. You know,
All right,
if
let's
you're tight end,
let's
you
get to
hide.
the play. Let's see what happens. All the strength is at the bottom of your screen. That's where Jenkins will roll. Looking for a white shirt. It's caught. Oh my, we've got a tie ball game. Matt Russin with the catch. What a turn of events. 2-point conversion. Jenkins to Russin. We're tied at 24.
Watch Russin. He's just going to sprint out of the backfield. He's got the linebacker on him, so it might have been a little bit of a pick. And then you get a beautifully thrown ball. Watch him just lay this over the top. And Russin comes up, the sophomore, to tie the football game.
Yep, a little rub route over here.
Yeah, a little rub.
Yep.
Well, now Emmaus has 2 timeouts left. 27 seconds on the clock. And a young man who has kicked a 32-yard field goal in this ball game in Alex Orlando.
Got to cover this kick, too. You got to get down the field. You wonder if they're going to kick it high and force a fair catch.
Yeah, me personally, I ball as far as I can. If he's a kicker, because you want to make this a long field, not a short field.
Yeah, I think you got to kick it high.
Yep.
And maybe right to the middle guy, Kamara. Just make him fair catch the football.
Castro is back. He's standing at the 5-yard line. Stannard has not shown a tendency to kick the ball that far.
Whatever leg he has, put it all into
2
it.
touchdowns in less than 5 minutes. By the ball game.
2 touchdowns in a minute 11 seconds.
Yeah, minute 11 seconds, right?
Well, they're going to get, ooh.
Good hit.
Yeah, the hit came from Jacob Semiako, and then he got help from Justin Kinter. Good to see Kinter back. He missed the last ball game as he was fooling around with a wrestling coach teacher, and he got hurt. He's back. The ball is on the 34-yard line.
Well, 2 7-0 teams. This is probably the way it should come down to. You know, Emmaus, if they win this football game.
Parvell has a strong arm. This is where you look for maybe Deontay Castro.
I'd give a little bit more cushion down here.
Yeah, I think you got to look at the matchup with Sanders down here at the bottom and Fletcher.
Back the pass. Parvell is going to get hit.
Keep the ball. Watch the ball.
Coming in to make the stick is Jacob Schwind.
Carrying that ball loosely, too.
Right
He's
now,
lucky to hang on to that.
Harold's smart. He's going to play for OT.
Loss of 9.
Well, Parvell's lucky. I don't know if we have a replay on that. He's lucky he didn't drop that football. It was hanging out.
Fourth sack of the game by Emmaus.
That's the end
We're
of
going
regulation.
OT. So we'll wait to get to Easton Becca because this one's been a beauty. 2 7-0 teams tied at 24.
Catch RCN Sports Talk, presented by The Morning Call, with Chris Michael and Keith Groller. Join our rotating panel of special guests discussing local, regional, and national sports topics of interest. And now you can check out our expanded coverage of local high school and college teams, play trivia, win prizes, and talk about the hottest sports topics on Sports Talk, live on Thursday evenings on RCN TV, and hear our podcast on the RCN TV website.
The threat of cybercrime continues to rise, damaging companies' finances and reputations on a massive scale. Manage and monitor your information with more control with RCN Managed Security. We provide layered protection through advanced network, equipment, and endpoint monitoring with application-level visibility. And as a cloud-based service, there is no cost and complexity of traditional hardware-based solutions. Protect your business now. Call for a free technology evaluation.
You know what?
There you get a look at Jason Roeder. He's been a tense guy all year, and I'm sure he's tensed right now. But he just saw his ball come with a miraculous comeback. They scored with 1:11. They were still down by 8. They scored again and got the 2-point conversion. That's where we're at, 24-24. Michael, they're going to get the ball, both these teams on the 10-yard line, perhaps.
Yep.
Who's the better 10-yard team?
Well, I think, obviously you want to go on defense second to know what you want to do, but I think I got to give the running game. So you can't abandon the running game to the Hornets. They've run the ball successfully in the red zone. They need to keep doing that and not get pass happy down inside the 10. The most important play in overtime is your first play. It's your first play. And then if you go to the other side, Freedom, you got to put the hands in the ball in the hands of Jared Jenkins, and he'll make a play for you.
Jared Jenkins set a new career record at Freedom tonight with his 36th and 37th touchdown pass. But I bet he's most proud of his 2-point conversion pass.
Yeah, both nice catches. That one by Russin, and then Ref with the beautiful catch down the seam to get it to within 2.
Hope that people in Pennsylvania didn't go to sleep, Gary.
Well, we can hear Jim Haney if he turns his mic on, as he will give instructions to the co-captains.
Captains, we are tied, which means we will play one extra period. Each team will get a possession. Okay? Should the defense get the ball, the possession is over. There is one timeout per team per overtime period. Offense, defense, or end of the field are your choices. Okay, Freedom, same coin. What are you calling? Tails. Calling tails. Tails. Defense. Freedom wins the toss and elects to play defense. Which way do you want to play? Which end of the field do you want to play at? Put your back over there. Put your back here. Freedom wins, and we'll play defense at this end of the field.
And that's the choice you want. You
have to know what you need to do.
You want to know what you need to do, and then you put the pressure also on the field goal kicker for the team that goes first.
Yep, the best way I've got it explained to me is you're going to be the baseball team, and you're the home team batting in the bottom of the inning.
Great analogy, yep.
Thanks to Pete Bowman tonight. He's been helping us with stats and spotting. Randall Miller helping us with spotting and stats. And, of course, everybody on the RCN television team. They're going to go overtime tonight. Two teams came in. We told you how even they were at the top of the show. Well, they're still even at the end of regulation. The ball at the 10-yard line. Emmaus with the football. Lubens-Myers in the backfield.
He turned the wrong way.
Parvell, I think he wanted to hand it off. And Parvell is going to go down. He's going to get crushed. Flag on the play, and it might be a face mask.
I think it is a face mask. Wow, you're going to get a 10-yard loss on the first play, and they're going to get a face mask penalty.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty to the 5-yard line, half the distance.
My goodness gracious. He turned the wrong way. Lubens-Myers went right, the quarterback went left.
How big are penalties?
During the run, we have an incidental face mask against the defense. That will be 5 yards from the end of the run. It remains first down.
Oh, incidental.
All right, so it's not quite as bad because there was a loss on the play at the 13. Should take the ball up to the... Well, the ball's at the 13, so he must have been run down at the 18. Yeah, 18
or 19, yep. And you saw that play. They were in the pistol formation, and Parvell turned the wrong way. First down, so important.
Into the corner. And it's McPherson. And it is, there is flat. I think we're going to get pass interference.
I don't know. It looked like it was intercepted, but there's a flag.
It was intercepted, definitely.
But there's a flag down. I think it could be interference offensively because it looked like the receiver went back inside.
Well, here's the call. It has to be against Freedom if we're coming back.
During the play, pass interference, defense, half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. It remains first down.
So it's still first. Now the ball should get down to the 6.5-yard line. Ooh.
Wow, I
didn't see the interference.
Defensive pass interference.
Wow.
I didn't see it, and I'm right here.
Wow.
Boy, that was really a tough call. Tough call against Fletcher. He had great position on the football.
Plus with the interception.
That's the end of the possession.
That's the end of the possession. Here we go. It's Myers. And he'll get inside the 5.
Wow.
Tackle made by Javon Rivera along with Caden Moore.
Wow, that was a tough call. Well, like I said, they're a good running football team inside the red zone, and that was the first run. Let's take a look at it again here. He's going to throw it up into the air high. Watch Fletcher get position, find the ball, get the interception.
Oh, my.
It's a bad call.
Parvell will keep. Parvell will. No
Short.
signal yet. Looks like he got down to about the 1-foot line. Tackle made by Caden Moore. Javon Rivera.
He didn't get in. He was definitely down. 3rd down and 1. I think you got to give the ball to Lubens-Myers here. He's been so effective. The play they ran early in the first half here.
Remember, Freedom will get an opportunity. They'll get the ball also at the 10-yard line.
Pistol formation.
And Lubens-Myers,
nope.
He didn't get in. He did not get in. Coming up to make the stick was Tristan Wheeler. Tristan Wheeler with a good hit. You see getting up very slowly. Javon Rivera, who's been in on the last couple of tackles. And there you get a look at Harold Fairclough. You want to coach football? It can get to you mentally. Oh, he never got in. That's a good call.
Great call. Actually might have lost a half a yard. He did.
Timeout. Emmaus.
4th down and 2.
Last timeout of the overtime period.
Well, I mean, you know, you have the field goal potential here if you want to use it, but boy, from the 1 yard line, you got to go, right? Right?
I got a timeout, right?
You're right. And
I'm in a timeout,
Wait.
so let me think.
Tony, Mike's taking a timeout. So we'll go to
I'm going to go for it. I'm going with my best running play. The thing, I know what I'm going to run. But anyway, if you take a look at where the ball is right here, guys, the angle is even goofy. In high school football, don't forget the hash marks are, I think, about 3 yards outside the upright. So the angle's goofy. But I didn't see it pass interference. I'm going back to that.
All right,
guys.
we heard from Goofy. Now let's hear from Goofy.
I kicked the field goal. And the reason I kicked the field goal is because my guy's already made 2, and the other field goal kicker is not that experienced. I take the field goal.
They are not. They're going to go for it. Lubens Myers is coming out. Ethan Parvell is coming out. The Emmaus crowd is all on their feet, and they're ready to explode.
Coming into your living room. He's sprinting this way.
Here he comes. Parvell cuts up inside. He's in. So they get the 6. Now how does Freedom answer? Ethan Parvell with the touchdown.
Didn't get it by much. 3/4 of his body is still outside, and he got hurt on that play.
That's his 7th touchdown run of the year, and oh my, that is a bad, bad sign. Although he is putting weight on it.
I think he did get in. All you got to do is cross the plane. Let's see if he does get
How
in.
did he hurt himself here?
Oh, it's so tight in. Yeah, he did. He reached out across the plane.
Here comes the extra point from Orlando.
All important.
Down, kick is up, and the kick is good. Oh, it is 31-24. Freedom gets the ball on the 10-yard line. Is Parvell all right? Boy.
Yeah. Took a shot down in the lower leg area. Just got hit in the shin. He's all right, shaking his head. I'm all right. Put it this way, there's no way if this goes to double overtime, he's not coming out.
Absolutely right.
Well, now, if Freedom scores and ties it, then Freedom goes on offense right away, and then defense.
And that is an advantage, Tony, keeping the offense on the field for 2 consecutive possessions.
Yep.
You're looking at Alex Lanzone, who is the backup quarterback for Emmaus. Should he be needed?
There's that unbalanced formation again. Watch, going to motion over and back.
From the 10-yard line. Hand it off. Nice run. Jalen Stewart is going to get it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Tackle is made on the play by Lubens Myers, and that is a touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, really good-looking play there. Unbalanced to the front side, and they go against the grain, and they run it to the backside. So they get the good block there by Caden, and a good, strong run. It's the guy you can kind of lean on, Jalen Stewart.
Should we look ahead a little? If they score, do you go
Not yet.
for 2?
Not yet. I'm a coach. Yeah. Slow down.
You need another timeout.
I might need another one. I got one.
All right. 2nd and goal from the 2. Turn around, hand it off, put your head down, he's in.
Yep.
All right, your time's up now. Tony, do you go for 2?
No.
Mike, do you go for 2?
Nah, kick the field goal here. You're going to get the 2nd possession. The reason I don't go for 2, Tony, is exactly what you said before. I get the 2nd possession here, but you know what? He's thinking about it, and he is going to do it, I think. He's going to go for 2 from the 2-yard line.
Jalen Stewart scores his 2nd touchdown of this game. His 12th.
I think he's thinking the same thing that you said before, Gary. Inexperienced kicker, and he missed one before.
Yeah.
Well, you guys say that, but Nick Stannard's been around for a couple of years.
Yeah. That's true.
Here we go. Now what? Do you give it to Stewart? Do you throw the ball?
I think you might bootleg it out. Jank, fake it to Stewart and have him boot himself out.
For the game. Staying undefeated. Flip it out here, touchdown.
There it is.
Oh my, what a comeback by the Freedom Pates. Jack Golick catches the pass from Jared Jenkins, and Freedom is going to win this ball game 32-31. A stunned this side of the stadium, as it looked like Emmaus had this all wrapped up. And boy, you reflect back, on the last minute and 11 seconds of this ball game. Oh my.
Wow, just unbelievable. You know, you look back, like you said, Gary, you look back at the final 2 minutes, but you got to look back at the entire 48-minute game when you had so many opportunities down inside the red zone, and you go back to the over 145 yards of penalties.
Well, it's time for our post-game wrap-up brought to you by St. Luke's Hospital. Whether you're a weekend warrior or an accomplished athlete, St. Luke's can help you reach your fullest potential or get you back in the game after injury. And of course, we'll have our play of the game, which will be brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Allentown, serving the Lehigh Valley since 1962. And I'm hoping Tony gets a chance to talk to an exhausted Jason Roeder. As first we'll show you the play of the game, and it's going to be the one that wins it.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, the play action fake. Boom, right there. He's going to roll to his right, buy some time, and then Golick, sometimes the hardest one to catch is the wide open one, but Golick hauled it in.
32-31. And here's Tony.
Wow. Never give up, huh?
Nah. It's you know, as hard as it is, all you can do is worry about the next play. And our kids buy into that, and they battle to the end. We take pride and freedom in handling adversity and in tough times, and we did that tonight. Man, Emmaus gave us a hell of a battle. You know, came out with a heck of a game plan against us, and our kids and coaches stayed the course, and we just won one heck of a football game.
Just one question. What were you thinking when you went for two? Was it?
The game. We practice it. We practice it every week. We practice it multiple times a week. We have the play ready to go. There was no hesitation. Our kids executed.
Jason, the pleasure is always enjoy it because you want to be with your team. I know that. Guys, one heck of a ball game. I'll tell you, on both sides of the ball. You got to give your kudos to the Green Hornets out there, but never quit. Jason Roeder always has that intensity, and Freedom just found a way today, guys. Great game. Hope the state of Pennsylvania loved it. We'll see you next week.
Well, Emmaus beat Nazareth this year on the last play of the game, 43-42. And Freedom knocked off Parkland this year, 21-20. So they've been in these kind of games before. And the great philosopher Yogi Berra always said, it ain't over till it's over. This one is now over. 32-31. We want to thank all of you who watched the ball game on PCN. I don't think you were disappointed by the ball game. We certainly hope not. For Mike Joseph, for Tony Coca, John Beat Bowman, Chris Zaya, our director, and the RCN television team, thanks for joining us. Remember, more football on RCN coming up. Good night, everybody.